Stay tuned. This is one of my favorite topics right here, is how to get orphan clients as a real estate agent. I like this one because I get a lot of them, so I'm super excited to talk about this one. However, before we begin, click our subscribe button down below, like our videos if you like them, put some comments in there. We're going to give you some information at the end of the video that would allow you to kind of rip off and duplicate some of our systems, specifically even including orphaned clients. Also, if you want to talk to me about any of that and how I use it, here's my calendar link down below. Click on that, schedule some time to talk with me. All right, how to get orphan clients. What is an orphan client, right? An orphan clients are usually somebody who's worked with an agent in the past, but most real estate agents, I'm just going to be blunt and honest, do a terrible job of following up with their clients throughout the years until that next time that they need to buy or sell. The reality of it is, it's not only that agents don't communicate with their clients very well. This is a high turnover business, right? Think about this: 87% of agents fail within 5 years. So that's a lot of potential business, especially when you had a good market where everybody could basically sell a house, right? Like you didn't have to have much skill to go get the business. It was just happening. That was like the last 2 or 3, 4 years, right? That's changing. A lot of those agents are struggling right now, and they may be popping out of the business. Therefore, they're leaving their clients what we would call orphaned. So I wanted to go through some tips on how you go ahead and do that. Now, obviously, if they're licensed, if they're already under contract with somebody, like that's not an orphan client. You can't go after that business. However, as far as I'm concerned, as soon as that deal closes at the table, I have no problem. That contract should end theoretically, right? That buyer's agreement or listing agreement. I got no problem starting to market and solicit into those people. So how do you do this? One, you're going to build an online presence. Make sure that you have a good website and social media profiles are really up to date, and you want it to showcase your expertise, that specifically around your industry, that you're a real estate professional. You need orphan clients to be able to go again. You're going to see common themes in a lot of what we talked about here, which is exactly that. People need to know who you are. Like, do you have some relevance to you? Do you have Google reviews, right? Do you have Zillow reviews? We've talked about that in other videos. So having a lot of credibility means you need a lot of internet presence. So the second thing you could do is attend local networking events. So attending local networking events and meetings where you can meet with other real estate professionals who may have orphan clients. So one thing that we've looked at before is like what's called a golden handoff. I'll do a video on that at some point in time. But you'll get to know a lot of real estate agents. And one thing that can happen is they could say, hey, I'm retiring. Hey, I'm getting out of this business. It's too hard. I'm not interested in doing this anymore. And you can find a win-win solution that says, hey, if you don't mind giving me your database, and if you're willing to make contact with your database to hand them off to me and let them know that we're partnering together, it's a great idea. Because if, let's just say Jody is her name, is the agent, and Jody says, hey Mike, I'm leaving the business, I can then go, hey Jody, why don't we do this? Let's form a partnership so it's a win-win for you. You get out of the business, you give the database, you go through and clean up your database, you give them all a call and just tell them we're in partnership together for real estate. I'll take over from there. Anything I close on that, I'll give you a referral fee that's a negotiated referral fee based on that. So it's a great way to still service clients and grow your database. And if you can get that other agent to have conversations with their clients, see, here's what a lot of agents do is I'll just sell my database. Cool. What's your database worth, right? If you give me 10,000 internet leads that you've never talked to, it's worth garbage, right? If I'm going to buy somebody's database that I can go get phone numbers out of the phone book for free, it better be some high net worth and some large opportunity type things. So partner with them, right? That's how you can pick up some orphan clients. The third way is by offering, you're going to hear this trend over and over again, exceptional customer service. When you're working with clients, you got to go above and beyond. It's going to build your reputation around this. So when orphan clients are out there, they want to be able to, I've had it sitting at the closing table where once or twice they've come up to me after and they're like, you were so much better representing your client than my agent was. I didn't want to say that at the closing table because I didn't want to hurt my agent's feelings. However, I just want to let you know that you did a much better job representing your client than my agent did. And so that's a green light for me to say I definitely want to add that person to my list, and I'm going to start marketing to them. I'm going to put them on my 52 touch plan, things of that nature. Fourth thing we want to do is provide valuable information. So it's just like that. We want to put them into our database. We want to have a plan where we can communicate with them. Could be through text, it could be through email, could be through video-based marketing, could be adding them to Facebook. Like, there's a million different ways to do this. And that's the key, is are you going to communicate with them? Just because they told me that at closing in that previous example doesn't mean they're going to remember who I am in 8 years from now. So you've got to stay top of mind with them as well. The fifth thing is reconnecting with past clients. Reach out to your past clients who you may have worked with and other real estate agents are working with. Check in on them for your services. See if they have any upcoming real estate needs. So again, a lot of this is about everybody that's bought a house before has more than likely used a real estate agent, unless they were just working a deal between the buyer and the seller independently. But most people use a real estate agent. So for me, almost everybody's had an experience that's at least been an experienced home buyer or seller and working with an agent. So my job is to say, look, everybody's fair game unless they're under obviously an existing agreement or buyer's agency or listing agreement, then they're not fair game, of course. However, up until that point or after they buy or sell a house, then they become fair game, and that now I'm going to start marketing to them. Maybe I got to figure out how to build a relationship with them more than just sending stuff to them. However, it's a start, right? And so I would encourage you to look at those type of things. I would encourage you to figure out how you can take past clients / orphaned clients and be able to market to them. Again, I've had some agents come back and push back and like, those are my clients. I'm like, no, not technically, right? We closed the deal. Those are not your clients anymore. Now, you can market to them. Sure, they're your clients in that perspective, but I can market to them as well. We're not under, they're no longer under an agreement with you at that juncture of closing. So I don't think it's dirty. I don't think it's anything like that. I mean, more times than not, if you go ask anybody, I would challenge you to do the following. Go ask 10 homeowners who their last real estate agent was that helped them buy that house. And I promise you probably 50% won't remember who they were, especially if it's been 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years since they bought a house. Unless they've just been working with that person for decades, probably are not going to know who their agent is, or they're going to make up somebody's name that they know, even though that might or might not be actually who they use. They just happen to know a name. So anyways, these tips are going to help you increase your chances of getting orphan clients, and they're going to grow your real estate business. Obviously, there's lots of ways to do this. Pop buys, you need to grow your database. One way to do that is by finding homeowners that are being orphaned by their agent that did their last deal. Always here to help you. If you want to reach out and talk more about this, my information is down below, and put some comments in here, and we'll see you on the next episode.